All right, guys, welcome in. It's time. Thursday at 5. UFC Fight Night Usman versus Buckley. Who's ready for that? Just real quick, though, on Instagram, I was looking when they were doing like the highlights and pictures and all that stuff, and they were doing like the updated photos. I didn't see Buckley on there. I mean, but fun fact, though, I don't know if you guys saw him or not. It was been kind of arguing back and forth on Instagram about that whole scenario. But anyway, thank you again. Almost at 600, trying to get to 1,000. Got to get monetized for your boy, you know what I'm saying? So just chilling after work. Got my dog sitting right next to me. All right, not my real dog. He's like a Rottweiler German Shepherd mix. Parker boys. Parker boys. Anyway, went golfing yesterday. Had a good time. Shot a 44, by the way, for 9 holes. If you know, not great, not awesome, but not horrible. All right, let's take a look. Check out my link tree, by the way. Click on that link tree in the description. Much appreciated. Click on our sponsorships. Just click on it. You don't even have to pay anything. Just click on it and see if you like it. All right, let's take a look at some UFC news. All right, so Juliana Pena, you can say Juliana Pena because her father, I heard, in the UFC embedded said Juliana Pena. But anyway, so she's got an indefinite suspension. We're going to talk a little bit about the fight, but according to the suspension, this is why she received it. So the commission has suspended Pena indefinitely until she receives clearance from an orthopedist on both her left elbow and her left shoulder before she compete again. Obviously, that was the Kimura that Harrison got her in. But that was just the main concern. Indefinite suspension for Juliana Pena until she's cleared by doctors, and then who knows after. She's 35 years old. So what's next for this Venezuela vixen? So there's some other indefinite suspensions I'd like to talk about. This is just adding into the show right now because I wasn't even going to talk about it, but the UFC veteran Kelvin Gastelum, he got indefinite suspension as well against the unanimous decision against Joe Pyfer. Now he's going to need clearance from a dentist for a loose right maxillary incisor. However, it is unclear whether Gastelum will continue fighting following his 10th professional loss. Didn't know that. 10 losses for Kelvin Gastelum. People are talking about how he was going to beat Joe Pyfer. Get out of here, dude. You people on Reddit, no. I called Joe Pyfer by KO in the second, but it seemed like Joe Pyfer didn't really want to fight, and I don't know. It just seemed like he had like he liked Kevin Gastelum too much not to take it. But after pulling off a huge upset over Patchy Mix, Merab Dvalishvili has been suspended for 30 days due to facial lacerations. And then Vicente Luque has been handed a 45-day suspension, and he has a scalp hematoma by Kevin Holland. So there's your big indefinite suspensions and suspensions following the fight of last week. Now we're going to talk about Sugar Sean O'Malley getting submitted by Merab Dvalishvili. So he gets the loss, but Sean seems like, I'm not even going to read this article, but he said he's not really sad. But he knows that he's probably going to have to move up in the division. He's probably going to move up in weight or something like that, because it's just some fighters can't beat some other fighters, and it seems like Sean is not going to be able to beat Merab. Just saying. I don't even want to go all the way into it, but here's like a quote here. It was weird because I didn't feel like it was going to be tight. This is O'Malley on YouTube. I felt like he was kind of stalling in that position like he does, and it just got tight fast. And he's like, this is O'Malley. I was like, I didn't realize how much time was left. I wish I would have effing been in my guard more instead of trying to get up and making something happen. No excuses. I know O'Malley like pretty much changed his whole training regimen, his eating regimen. He doesn't smoke pot anymore. He went hardcore in this, and that just shows how good Dvalishvili is on the ground. And he just controls him like crazy. I didn't even know he was going to go for the submission. As soon as he went for it, I knew it was going to be over because O'Malley couldn't get out of it. So props to Sean O'Malley. Hopefully he can like make a speedy recovery over this. Doesn't seem like he's that injured. I just hope that I don't know, like what's next for him. I have no clue. We're going to talk about that as well. So with the fights that just happened, we just talked about, with Kayla Harrison winning. So this was in Newark, New Jersey. I don't know if you guys saw this watching the fight, because I did. So after the fight, Kayla Harrison won. She calls out Amanda Nunes tells her to get up here. Come on up here, Amanda. Harrison is yelling. This is the next fight. She's talking about it. Seemed like they were already ready to go. And according to DC on the Good Guy, Bad Guy that I just listened to the other day on Monday, that he felt Amanda Nunes, and he said that she's like a solid brick, dude. He said that she's strong all over, lats and shoulder everywhere. He said that she's been working out, and she hasn't been saying nothing. So she's been secretly acting like she wasn't going to come back. But I guess she said a while ago that she was going to eventually come back anyway. So maybe she was just waiting to see who was going to stand out in the division, and then she was going to come and fight her, which was smart, and she did, and she's going to fight her. I don't know when Kayla Harris and Amanda Nunes are going to be fighting, but the matchup is going to be, it's already done and set. It's just the date we got to figure it out. Now, I didn't know if that was a guillotine. So with Merab Dvalishvili with Sugar Sean O'Malley, I thought that was almost like it looked almost like a ninja choke to me, but it was a guillotine, almost like a ninja with anaconda guillotine darce kind of thing. It was different. It looked different to me. I didn't know what it was, but anyway. So Corey Sandhagen, he's pretty much the only UFC contender in the bantamweight division right now. They both have beaten everybody in the top 10, by the way. Fun fact: Dvalishvili and Corey Sandhagen have beat everybody in the top 10. So he's been at UFC since 2018. I don't think he had a title shot as of right now, but he looks like he's going to be getting a title shot. But I would like some questions here. Do you think Corey Sandhagen deserves a title shot? Do you think Peter Yan might deserve a title shot? If he beats Marcus McGee, and they're fighting in July 26th in Abu Dhabi, so be ready for that. July 26th, Abu Dhabi, Peter Yan versus Marcus McGee. Peter Yan is probably going to get the knockout in the second or third round. I'm just picking it. Now, does Corey Sandhagen have the defense and the stand? He has the stand-up game, but does he have the defense on the ground? He's tall and lanky as well, so it'd almost be probably the same matchup as a Sugar Sean O'Malley. But I don't know. Peter Yan's a little bit shorter and stalkier a little bit. I don't know. That's going to be tough. Now, another question for you guys. Sean O'Malley, bantamweight. Who's going to be fighting him next? I don't know about this one, but they have Jose Aldo up there, and then also Henry Cejudo. And I thought Henry Cejudo was done, but Henry Cejudo was talking trash before this fight. So maybe he was already predicting him going to be losing, so that way you can put him right in the matchup against Sean O'Malley, which Henry Cejudo is smart for doing that. So business game, not just money game. I'm probably going to, if it was just between those two, I'd probably go Henry Cejudo. But they're both, Jose Aldo is a stand-up guy, and Henry Cejudo is obviously a world champion, gold medalist, and all that stuff in wrestling. So I don't know what's going to happen. Who's next for Kevin Holland? Just a little extra one. They say Carlos Prates possibly, or Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. They're actually in a commercial together when they're getting the drinks and vodka or whatever. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, they're in that. All right. So there's that. Now we're going to go into the previous last week, how I did. We're going to do this pretty much real quick here. Try to real quick. So looking at the 13-leg parlay, total I went 8-5. Out of 13 fights, 8 wins and 5 losses, which isn't really that bad. That keeps you in the UFC, by the way. So depending on what your losses were and what your wins were, but 8-5, not too shabby. About 65% or so, 61%, if my math is correct. Saul Killed, he got the win. I got I got Wang, I got Medeiros, I got Azamat, I had Joshua Van, I had Kevin Holland, and then Joe Pyfer. So I lost the 2 main cards in the championship, O'Malley and Pena. I had Patchy Mix. I don't know why. Something told me to change it at the very last second. And then Spivak. I thought the heavyweight guy was going to do good, but Cortez did a really good job. Williams, he looked like absolute hell. Gustafsson tore him up all over the place. Clinch game, ground game. Chaos couldn't do anything with that. But anyway, who knew that? So he was a minus 190, kind of almost a pick'ems, but Chaos should have done something. Didn't do anything. All right, so now we're going to get into the main fight, UFC Fight Night, coming this Saturday night. Now, it isn't just a fight night card, but it's at 10 o'clock at night, which I kind of wish they would do like a 7, 8 o'clock main card. Those are really nice. Watching some fights like after lunch and stuff, and in the afternoon when you're chilling, 4 o'clock when the prelims start, and then just watch it till about 8 or 9, and you're done for the night. That's pretty sick. Anyway, starting out, women's flyweight. Now, Jamie Lynn Horth, she was supposed to fight that other lady. We went over it last week. I already told you some updates. Vanessa Demopoulos is fighting, and she's at a plus 440 with Jamie Lynn Horth at a minus 600. I'm going to go with an underdog right off the rip. Vanessa gets her shot coming out of, LFA. She holds the title right now. So Demopoulos is going to come in at a plus 440 and get the win against the Canadian. Let's go. All right, where are they fighting at? Is it in Vegas? No, it's in Atlanta. Duh. A-Town down. What's up? State Farm Arena, June 14th at 10 o'clock, main card in Atlanta. And Demopoulos, the American versus the Canadian, is going to get a job done. Dirty South. All right, welterweight, Phil Rowe versus Ange Lusa, the Dominican Republic of Congo. Oh, I'm from Congo. I'm going to go American, Phil Rowe. Don't see the odds. Bantamweight, Ricky Simone versus Cameron Smotherman. These are two good fighters in Bantamweight. The Bantamweight is a stacked division. Minus 175 for Ricky and plus 145 for Smotherman. And I always messed his name up, so I was just going to call him Cameron, but I got it down, Smotherman. So we're going to go with Smotherman. We're going to go underdog here the first three. Cody Durden versus Jose Ochoa at plus 154. Cody at a minus 185. American versus Peru. I want to go underdog. This is going to be an underdog card here. UFC Fight Night. You never know what's going to happen. Cody gets the win, the American. Malcolm Wellmaker. He's really good. Chris Motino. Wellmaker is a beast. I really like him. Let's take a look at him. He's undefeated. He nicknamed the Machine for a reason because he doesn't lose, and the dude's a beast. Out of Augusta, so it's going to be, he's fighting out of Augusta, 30 years old. He's going to be fighting pretty much close to home, and he turned pro just a few years back in 2022. 5 wins by KO, 2 by submission, both by rear naked. 5 first-round finishes, 9-1 as an amateur. Dude's going to be looking to impress Saturday night. Now we're going to go with Michael Kessa. Thought Michael Kessa was going to be done. Thought he was just going to be announcing, but I guess, or at the announcer booth, but he is not. He is actually a favorite at minus 345 against Court McGee. Court McGee, I believe these two welterweights are both Ultimate Fighter contenders. I think they both were champions as well, if you're not, correct me if I'm wrong. Minus 345 for Kessa and plus 275 for McGee. Give me Michael Kessa at a minus 345. Now, light heavyweight. Not even in the main card. Paul Craig, I saw this on Reddit. People are kind of arguing about him not being on the main card. So first fight, coming to get ready to go off the prelims. At 7 o'clock prelim start. Rodolfo Balado, the Scottish guy and the Brazilian guy. Did I say Scottish? Nice. That's a new term, Scottish. He's actually an underdog here at a plus 310 against Balado at minus 395. If Paul Craig can get it to the ground, he's going to win. That's all determines on that. Give me the plus 310. Give me the Scotland man. Scotland Yard. Scotland Yard, if I can say it right. All right, now we're finally going to get into a ranked opponent here on the first fight of the main card here. Alonzo Menifield. He's ranked 15th in the light heavyweight division. So back-to-back light heavyweights. And we're going to take a look at him, and he's at a plus 500. And I'm feeling kind of crazy about the dogs in this. Atomic Alonzo Menifield. Taking a look at 3 of his previous fights. He won against Walker back in February of this year. He lost back in August of Mirzakhanov. He lost. And then we got against Olberg. Olberg was pretty good. He lost knockout, 12-second knockout, May 11th, 2024. I should have probably went back and watched that highlight because that sounds freaking amazing. All right, coming out of Los Angeles, fighting out of Los Angeles. Turned pro back in 2015. He's got 10 wins by knockout, 3 by submission, rear naked, Von Fluke choke, and a guillotine choke. Probably one of only a few that have got the Von Fluke choke. 10 first-round finishes and won 7 of his last 11. 7-3-1 with that no contest. So look for him to do some damage and get that win. I think he's going to get it over Omar Sy from France. And that Omar Sy is actually a minus 700, dude. So that's going to be one of the bigger favorites on the card and give me the American. I always go American. I don't care if I lose or not. So in the middleweight, it's America, baby. All right, so Mansour Abdul Malik versus Cody Brundage. I haven't heard Cody Brundage's name in a while. Where was he been? He's at a plus 550. And Abdul Malik is actually at a minus 800. So he's probably the biggest betting favorite. We just talked about it in the light heavyweight with Omar Sy. Now we're going to go with Mansour. So go ahead and pick him. I'm not going to go crazy. Minus 800, not going against that. Bantamweight, Cody Garbrandt. Did you see the new tattoo? How did you like Cody's new tattoo? Did it look a little crooked to you? I think it did to me too. Maybe, did he do it himself? I have no clue. So, Raoni Barcelos at a minus 185. Garbrandt is at a plus 154. Depends on what kind of Cody we're going to get. And it's a pick'ems. So, who knows? What kind of Cody are we going to get here to get that win? No love, no love, no love. He lost to Figueiredo via submission. He beat Kelleher back in 2023, so he only fought once in 2024, got the loss. How many times did he fight in 23? Twice. Then he didn't win. He didn't fight again. He lost to Kai France, the crazy guy that does the little tribe thing. I don't even know if he's actually in the tribe. That was one thing I wanted to talk about. With Kai France, when he does that little tribe thing and he does a little face-off thing, he's sticking his tongue out. Was he even in the tribe, or is that just like me saying I'm a Native American and doing some crazy Indian stuff? I mean, I just want to know about that. If you're listening, I want to know. Please let me know. And I'm going to get off my high horse here if he's actually from the tribe. I don't know. And if he is from the tribe, how the hell did he get seen? And how the hell did he get noticed? Well, you can just travel around the places and go MMA fighting and stuff when you're in a freaking African tribe or a New Zealand tribe or whatever it is. All right. What do they call it? What are they? Ethies or something? I don't know. Is that a bad term? I don't care. Shut up. So he won to Jones, won against Kelleher, lost to Figueiredo. And then Figueiredo didn't really look that great either past couple fights. So we'll see what happens. He's going to keep it standing banging. It's going to be a knockout, drag-out fight. And I don't think it's going to go to decision. That's for sure. Now we're going to go into middleweight. I hate when they have a 6-fight main card. I don't like it. Edmund Shabazian versus Andre Petrosky. Petrosky's coming off the Ultimate Fighter last season. I believe it was a year or two ago. I believe he won. I think he lost. Maybe he lost in the final. But he's at plus 154. Edmund Shabazian at a minus 185. I'd like to see Andre Petrosky actually do pretty good here. I think he might have a better ground game than Shabazian. And if they can keep it on the ground, I think he might either get the sub or the TKO. So give me the dude, Petrosky. Now we're going to go with Rose Namajunas. Is she ever going to grow her hair back? I don't know. Has someone talked to her about that? Has she decided not to? I don't know. Number 7 in the women's flyweight division, taking on number 11, Miranda Maverick. I like that name, Miranda Maverick. It reminds me of Top Gun. Anyways, minus 258 for Rose, plus 210 for Miranda Maverick. Let's take a look at Miranda Maverick, shall we? I don't know if I'm going to pick her or not yet. I'm just debating on it. Fear the Maverick. Okay, that sounds cool. Maverick and Goose. Okay, she actually beat Horth. So Horth is but went to decision back in December. So the Horth is actually on the first fight. We just talked about that. And I have the other girl, Demopoulos, actually beating her. So she beat Barbosa with decision. That's not bad. But she takes it in deep waters, so she beat Lee. Let's take a look at the one before that. She beat Cachoeira. How do you say that? She actually beat her with a sub. Now, Jussadavicius beat her. This was a couple years ago, but Maverick has been on a tear right now, actually. And I really don't know much about her, so I'm actually going to do a little pick'ems here, and kind of look at her, see her fight history, take her look. Coming out of Jefferson City. Living out in Denver. Turned pro back in 2016. She got a neck crank, a guillotine, arm bars, a rear naked, 8 wins by submission. So she's a submission grappler. Taking, like I said, she takes it in deep waters. A lot of decisions there at the end until she got that sub. But she holds the Invicta FC tournament win over Shanna Young and Victoria Leonardo. And let's see. I'm going to go, man, I told you this is going to be a dog pick, a dog-eat-dog world. So we're going to pick some dogs in this UFC Fight Night because there's always a couple dogs, might be more than usual in the Fight Night picks. So give me plus 210 with Miranda Maverick. I don't care, just do it. Now we're going to go on our main card. Kamaru Usman, the Nigerian Nightmare versus Joaquin Buckley. I don't know what kind of Kamaru Usman we're going to get, and I don't know how old. I'm trying to see how old he is. I don't see. Okay, he's 38. Yeah, he's only a few years younger than me. He might only have a year or two left, if that, in the welterweight division, hanging on to that number 5 spot. And I think Joaquin Buckley's going to come in just guns blazing, going to take that spot away. And Nigerian Nightmare is going to drop probably at around the 10 spot. But Buckley is at a -1 or 278. Let's take a look at him, shall we? The new Manza, Joaquin Buckley, 21-6. Take a look. He just fought Colby Covington back on December 14th. I don't see anything about the what happened there. For some reason, it doesn't say win or loss or anything. It's not going to let me watch it because I have to have the UFC Fight Pass. Sure, you guys. So he beat Wonder Boy. He beat Ruzi Boev. He beat Luque. He beat Morano. What happened to Morano? I haven't heard of Morano in a while. That was back in 2023. He might be out of the UFC. I'm not sure. Fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri. Turned pro back in 2014. He's got 15 wins by KO, 4 first-round finishes, and won 9 of his last 11 and 6 in a row. So Buckley is on a freaking tear right now. And I don't see Kamaru stopping him at all. So after Joaquin Buckley wins, what's next for the -278 favorite in the UFC Fight Night? Usman versus Buckley. Hope you guys enjoy the show. Again, 8-5. Did a pretty good job last week. Hopefully got your dog picks. A lot of dog picks in this one. So hopefully we can turn it around and make some big monies. You can do a little 3-leg parlays. Just do one fight at a time. Or you can do your little 5-legger at the end. Or a whole big, 12-leg parlay or something like that. That's what I usually do. But this week, we'll see what happens. Love to get the big monies back. Again, like, share, comment, YouTube. I got podcasts. Anywhere you want to listen to me or watch me, I'm on it. Love you guys. God bless. Tip the waitress.